We're live. Okay. You live? You gonna say hi?
Hi. Hello, everybody. This is Keith with Legit Kits.
You're not with Legit Kits.
I am with Legit Kits. This is Keith with. Oh, we got to turn that down over there.
You're not with Legit Kits.
I am with Legit Kits.
I don't know how to turn that off.
Oh, we got to turn that down over there.
You're not with Legit Kits. Okay.
Okay. Now, this Keith with. What's your name of your company? Power Tools with Thread? Oh.
That's
Power Tools with Thread. What we're doing is Sewphia, which is the block of the month. All of you that see me, we're on block number 3. I'm really excited because block number 3 came out that didn't have 10,000 tiny little pieces. So today should be a great day. Becky, my administrative assistant, has got all this technical stuff worked out. Hopefully we're going to have a great day. She wants to say something.
I just wanted to tell everybody hi. Thanks for joining us. This is my husband, Keith Thompson, and I'll turn the camera this way so you guys can see me. You are in our, hold on, I can't get this thing to turn. I'll come around. I'll come around. That's what we'll do. We got 30 people on so far. That's pretty good. Hey, everybody. So Keith is getting ready to start month 3 of Sewphia from Legit Kits. Babe, show them what you've done so far.
Okay, so here's where we're at. This was 1 and 2. Notice, if you got real close, you might be able to find an error or two. Now, it looks really great. I like it. Like I said, these are masterpieces. You don't have to be a perfect sewer. These are fun. This has been very intense. As you can see, we've had plenty of little sewing. And that's what I mean with block number 3 when I opened up the package just yesterday, because I've been behind and noticed that it had big pieces. I was excited. I go, I've done so many of these little tiny pieces. I want to get some stuff done where you create something quicker. The little pieces seems like you take forever. My goal when I come in here and sit down is I'm going to do at least 4, 4, 4, 4. No, I'm not a lawyer, but do 4 pieces in between breaks. You can do more than that, but if you have a goal of 4, you're going to have something to get done. And so far.
What do you mean by 4? So
well,
4 blocks?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
This is nice big block that I started with yesterday. And this is what I've done all in a day and a half. It has 2 pieces. We'll sew that together later. When I say 4, I'm talking like 4 different, I call them squares. They're not squares, but 4 different pieces. Now, on the other 2 months, we had up to 10 different colors in one of these little squares. So it was very intense. It keeps you busy. That's what I mean. If you do 4 of those, you're getting stuff done. It's small pieces. It grows on you. I am not a certified instructor. I am a let's have fun. This is the way I do it. I do suggest you go on Legit Kits Facebook page. They have a lot of folks that do it, have different styles. What I have noticed, my style, when I'm doing the big kits, I have everything alphabetically on my tree. With these, with all the little tiny pieces, we have plenty of fabric left over. This is from the first 3 kits. This is excess. And what I did this time is I got everything in alphabetical order before I started. Made it a little quicker, and I'm still using the old pieces from the original kits, cutting them down that you'll see that I have pieces this small that I'm still using because I'm cheap, and I want to use up all the scraps before I use the bigger pieces.
Judy says, I love watching your technique. I'm trying to learn. At least I can sew on a line.
That's a straight line. That's all we're going to do. And today we're going to do 2 little pieces, and then we're going to do the assembly of the big block. And that's what I mean. I'm excited that we're going to get a lot done. Where in the past, I spent all my time doing these, and you can't do a whole lot in a few minutes or within our 30 minutes to an hour online. So what I'm doing is this is block A4J, and we're going to go through it step by step how I do it, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. My way is a little different. I don't use a light box or anything like that. I don't cut the pieces before we sew them. I sew them and then cut the pieces, which is a little bit different than a lot of other people do. So if you could get the screen down here so we can show the start. Uh-oh. What I have to do is I have to get all my fabric, which I did, up here. You have 1 is OA, 2 is BS, 3 is CZ, and then number 4 is LB, which I have all those fabrics here. And as you can see, I've got little pieces and big pieces. We're going to put them together. Let's see, I got them on my screen. What you want to do is take your cardboard, put it between on line 1 and 2, fold it over so you have a fold, because we're going to be sewing on line 1 to start with. And I'm going to take the fabric. Remember, my way to remember is number 1 is always on top. With the legit kit solid colors, it's easy. You don't have to have any extra. Just as long as number 1 is your top fabric, you'll be fine. So from here, we go over to the machine. Number 1 is OA and number 2 is BS. Can you see it over there? So OA goes on top, BS. And where I folded the line, I'm going to have number 1 on top. I don't know if you guys can see that. Then I have a 1/4 inch here that I leave. That's what I'm going to be sewing on, or going to be my seam allowance. I have my machine set at 1.0.
Keith is stitching on the Brother BQ 900. Is that the 900 or the 850? I can't remember.
950.
Oh, 950. BQ 950. So Margarita's in the kitchen. All right. Only one Staley is running the margarita machine.
For these little pieces, that margarita. So here we got 2 of them. From here, we go over to the ironing table that I make. And all you do is press it. With these little pieces, I do use a lot of starch because it keeps them. We're going to be cutting them.
He's starching 50-50 Mary Ellen's and water right now.
Okay, now I take it back to my cutting table. I'm going to go put my cardboard between
Hold
line.
on. Let me get right down in there so they can see exactly what you're doing.
I'm putting it between line 3 is what I'm doing, which is 2 and 3. Just like we did in the beginning, you fold it back. These little pieces. I have to admit, I was so excited when I opened it up and it had big pieces. It's the little things in life. Now, this is just a scrap. I know I don't need any more, so it's easy. I added my 1/4 ruler. And those, yes, notice I'm using the little one that Becky wanted me to use.
Those are that 1/4 ruler is linked below. If you are doing a legit kit, you absolutely need one of these.
And what I'm doing, I'm just trimming it up for the class here. Okay, so we got it cut. I'm going to have my 1/4 inch for sewing, but notice I have another line for 4. I don't want that on there, so I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of the game. Pull it over and get your 1/4 inch on that one.
Yeah, y'all, that's my original iron. They know you appropriated my iron.
That's not, we're not talking about that right now. So now we're going back. We're going to go with the CZ back to the sewing machine. And I don't like wrinkles in my fabric, so I'll just iron that real quick. And these are little tiny, not tiny pieces, but
They are.
take the fold so I know I'll get my 1/4 inch of the fabric. Yes, my tongue's out. It's okay.
No,
Okay, we're gonna.
the virtual bar is open right now, Keith.
Well, you know I don't drink that much. Oh, that much. Okay. Okay, we sewed the line on there. Again, we're gonna go back to the iron, fold it over. Oh, somebody left it down. Notice my ironing board doesn't have any scorch marks like somebody else has on her ironing board.
Ooh.
All right, I'm being a cheater here again. Because it's so nice when you're getting done, you know, only have a couple pieces left for the number.
Oh, there's your dog bell.
We have our pool people out working on the pool. I'll do it the right way. So put my add a 1/4 on there for number 4. And then we go back and we're going to use LB is the color, which is leather. If you ask me all these colors and stuff, I would never tell you. All I know is the LB.
The letter schema.
Okay, so this is the last one. This is really a good time when you want to start it. Probably not with that much starch, but that's okay.
Annie said when Frito barked, her dog looked at her.
Okay, now we have all the fabric that's going to be into this piece. I take the ruler and we're going to cut on the edge of the dark line. And you always go to
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hi, Star. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Flo. Dave's here. You're a Ram Jeep guy, Dave? Good. Keith has a Bronco. I've got a Jeep Gladiator.
Oh,
Hold it still.
I got to get the remnants off here. You didn't clean the table. Okay, so that piece is done.
Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
Let me back out. So,
well, don't worry. We're going to do another one real quick.
Just
here.
a minute. Okay.
No, you don't need to wait.
Okay.
Okay. Then we got another one real easy, which is CZ, CZ, and SY. And look at that big piece of SY I have left here. These others go back on my pile. So excited I'm getting done here. Same thing, we take our cardboard, go 1 and 2.
And you're just creating a crease line on 1 and 2.
Yeah, so I'll be able to line it up. Now realize the 1 and 2.
Michelle Moore's here. She says we Bronco peeps have to hang together.
That's right. Notice the 2 line doesn't go all the way up.
Hold on. Let me get weigh in on that. I can't see.
Oh, everything's working. Can everybody hear us okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is the 2 line is only halfway.
Look at the screen and see. Come up. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
But we folded it fully on there. So when we put it on, since this is the last time I'm going to use this scrap.
How do you know that's the last time? Oh, because you're running out.
I got the rest all done.
Oh, okay. Oh, for just this month.
Yeah.
Ah, got you.
We are cooking with
gas. Rocking and rolling. Okay.
All right, we're back. And CZ's number 2 on top. So we want to make SY underneath.
Quilters drive Jeeps. Yeah, Judy.
And you line up your edges, and here we go. Okay, now make sure when you do this, the CZ is easy because you're on top. You got to make sure that you have, when you fold this over, that you're going to have enough of the other color underneath.
Your left hand is all in the way. We can't see it. Okay.
What I do is when I fold this over, I know I have enough fabric underneath here and I can fill it.
So that's 2 pieces of fabric?
That is 2 pieces.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we do 1 straight line. And it's like I said, this is only half of the way. Now, technique here, when I come up to the line, is I'll pull it back and put a little lock stitch in there, just a tiny one. See, everything is working today. It is so nice. Come on, get straight out.
Okay.
I'm what a shooter. All right, bring it back. We're going to do the fold with number 3.
So that's like a Y seam. We hate Y seams, quilters do.
What Y seam?
The Y seam, that where that line only goes part way up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing here now is just trimming around so I don't have this all in my face. Like I said, I know I have enough fabric because this is the last piece to be done.
Dave, Keith got that shirt from one of the viewers. It came in the mail, and I don't know who it came from. It came without a label. Deborah wants to know if you've ever converted a piecing pattern to foundation piecing in EQ. No, ma'am, he has not.
Oh, don't get him. I can't be complicated.
No, nope. Keith's not really a computer software kind of guy. So, no.
Security.
That's not his thing. If it's beyond Microsoft Word, he's kind of done. Yeah, you can still participate with a Honda. Absolutely.
Okay, that's the last one.
I bet, Michelle, you can just like Google a bionic knee t-shirt and it'll come up somewhere. Hi, Brenda. She said, hello, Keith and Becky.
Oh. Okay. All right, last piece, trimming out.
You're pretty wicked with that Martelli.
Well, you know, we broke the last one. It was Becky's fault.
You didn't break the thing. You just broke the blade.
Oh, no, I broke the thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, this is brand
new. Oh, you broke the whole thing.
Yeah, don't turn a blade. It's only made to go straight.
He turned it to the side and broke it completely. So when y'all see him throwing stuff off the edge of that table, there is a trash can right there.
There we go. That's the last piece. Now the new exciting, we got to put them all together.
All right.
And we have all our pieces that I've already previously made because, you know, we're becoming professional.
Show the picture of what it's going to look like there. The final.
Hello. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Which one are we doing? A4. What it's supposed to look like, what it's going to look like is this right here.
Oh, okay.
Now we got to find.
Sorry, you guys, I don't have the zoom for that camera that's on right now. So you can't really see what he's doing. Yeah, he broke the whole thing, Sarah's stitches. Are you missing a piece?
Well, I gotta make sure I'm putting the right one together.
Oh, okay. Let me zoom out so people can see what you're doing. I got to walk over there. Hold on.
I have all the right pieces. Okay.
Get a little bit wider here.
Well, I'll come
wrong way.
around.
So this is what he's doing right
Well,
there.
I'll come over to the other camera to show.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to zoom
Let
back.
me get a pointer.
Okay, hold on. Cameraman is on to be one place at a time. Just a minute.
So this is the block that we're going to be putting together now, which is, like I said, I was excited that I'll be able to accomplish something today. What you have to do is you look on here and you got to look for number 1. And here it is right here, this line. So what we'll be doing is taking A4C and A4D and putting that together. That's the first one. And then we'll go over here to 2. Really check these because you see they'll put 2 numbers on there.
Hold on. Let me get this up real close so they can see what you're talking about. Because it's hard to see with all of the print. Hold on. Okay.
Get better.
Yeah. So let me see your pointer. Okay. He's talking about the square number 1 right here. This is the line. And then there's the square for number 2, those squares. So this is the stitch order for these little pieces. And it's giving you stitch this seam first, then this seam, then this seam, then this one. So that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you notice this one only goes up to number 10. On the previous ones that we did, we were going up to 27 lines. So that's what I mean. I'm excited I get something done. So we're going to find A4C and A4D over here in my stack.
So show
A4C.
show the pieces. And you sew them on the inside of that dark line?
Yep.
Okay.
But I've lost one.
Yes, Judy, there is a cheat sheet of which one goes where. That's what he was just showing. It gives you the stitch order so you can put that all together.
All right. We have both of them.
Can you? Yeah.
Now, I'm going to bring them back over here because these are the techniques and it shows you.
Honey, look at the screen. There you go.
And, this is tough because we're going to be sewing them together. You can try to match up with the pin, but what I've found on these is if you go, they have the little.
Look at the screen. There you go.
I can't turn like this. It has little lines where you want to end it. And the other thing is you have a seam ripper available because if it doesn't come out right, you got to re-sew it. And if I re-sew it 3 times, then I quit. Because I do make mistakes. So we're going to put this on there and see how it comes out.
That's why the add a quarter is so helpful because now you have accurate seams.
But can you see where you have the white line here?
No, let me hold it. Let me do that. Hold on, let me get it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Right there. That white line right there. The white.
That's where, see, it's on the corner of that edge there. That's the way I line it up.
Oh, I see. So hold on. So let me get wider where we can see what is really going on here. Okay. He is lining up this line right here with that point right there. So you would put that on there right like that. Can you guys see it? Okay. And then even up your edges. And that's it right there. I understand now.
Now you got all messed up. How am I going to do it?
I didn't mess it up. Here you go. It's back.
And I changed it on the machine to 1.6. In case I have to take it apart again.
So what do you enjoy doing more? Turning seam rippers or sewing legit kits?
It depends what day it is.
If it's hot outside, he likes to sew. How'd you do? How did I
do? Yeah, come on, Mac. Press her down there.
How did I do?
You all tell me, how did I do? Did it?
Look at that. Perfecto.
All right, so let's go to line 2 or number 2. And number 2 is adding on E.
Are those Guggenheim? Yes, they are, Dave. And he likes those because he's got big fingers and those have big handles. I'm glad you're here too, Billy Lou. Keith was going to wear your Boise State shirt, but
My wife couldn't.
he couldn't find it in his pile. Brenda said, "Yay, you got it."
Oh, we're just rolling on there.
Y'all, there's never a dull moment in my house. Look at that.
We're growing.
Hold still when you do that. They need to look at it.
Well, they'll see the final product. We don't have amount of time here.
You're okay. You're 26 minutes. You're fine.
Oh, 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Number 3 is E. Uh-oh. This is where you got to make sure it's E and F. We just did E, so now I have to find F. Uh-oh. I hate it when I can't find the one.
What'd you do with it? Okay, he's looking on the floor now.
Uh-oh.
Did you not have it sewn together?
No, we got it right here. It's called F.
Ah, we didn't make F. Okay. How many pieces is that in there?
2.
That's quick.
Yes, we're still on CZ and SC. Glad y'all can't see my mess.
He's digging through his pile over here.
Don't you mean?
I'm going to turn the camera so they can see your eagle.
That's
Yeah,
my eagle in my
there's
eye.
the eagle right there. That's his legit kid eagle. Let me remove my drink. Yeah. This is our shipping station where we ship out all of the seam rippers that he makes. So only one Staley said her Sewphia is giving her anxiety.
I don't let it do it. We're going to get her done.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh,
What are you looking for?
I
You found it?
did.
All right.
No stress. Let's see. CZ's on top.
Oh, good. Billy Lou said Mike signed up to take a legit kit class here in Boise in August. Awesome. He'll enjoy it. Nobody's bossing me, Sharon. He knows better than that.
I gotta make it smaller again. That's why we don't let Becky in my office, because she might lose one of these.
Oh, yeah, it's all I usually me losing stuff. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let me turn the camera.
Oh, we see that we're catching up here. Catch up.
She says she's taking a break, but not quitting yet.
Oh, don't quit. Don't give up on me.
You guys, I always say just, set the watch lady for 20 minutes and just do a little bit at a time. And even if that is just reading the pattern, maybe using your scrap basket to make some sample pieces first before you start, you can do that. And any little bit is progress, and that's good.
Yeah, and let me tell you, this Sewphia, I wish they would have started with month 3, because the satisfaction of doing bigger pieces before you get into the little ones that we had to do on the start.
Yeah, months 1 and 2 were pretty intense. I know that.
Okay, now we got The one we're supposed to work with. Okay. Which way did you go on here? You gotta make sure we do the right way.
Is anybody else in here making any other legit kits? Let us know in the chat or leave a comment below the video if you're watching on replay.
Looks like I know what I'm doing now. Look at there. You have the right parts and pieces.
Well, thank you, only one. I appreciate that.
Now look, you're gonna have these little dubers up there. I mean, don't worry about them. We're gonna sew over them. But that way, that's how it lined up those white lines. So it made so you know you're lining it up. If you try to do it the pin test way, it doesn't work. It's just something the more you do, the easier it gets. We're on number 4. 4G and H. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, only one. I was going to put your comment on, and I thought maybe she don't mean that. I read typos. It's fine, sweetie. Well, I tell you, I love that Keith does this too, because Melody's making the deer from legit kits and using her own fabric. You must have a lot of fabric, Melody. Keith is making the buck. That's
the deer.
Yeah, that's actually, he's got that in the works right now. Michelle's working on Starry Night. She says she has the kit, but she's scared.
Chicken.
Yeah. Oh, Midge popped in.
Oh.
Midge was the wheelchair in the box. Remember on the cruise?
I know. We don't take the box anymore. Oh, come on, dry out here. Okay, now we're on number 5. And 5 is putting what we put together. I can see that we're going to put them all together that we've just done. I'm just glad I haven't made a mistake and have to show you my new seam ripper, you know. My old seam ripper.
He's stitching on a 1.0. So Pamela has completed both Autumn the Fox and the Eagle. Love the process and the finished results. That's great.
I tell you, it just looked like it's made to be here.
Kay says it amazes her how Keith is so good at this.
How are we doing? We just not
don't do that. Yeah, that looks great. Hold
hey,
it. Yeah, you have to hold it still so they can see that.
Number 6. What was it? I and J. Do we have that? No.
You haven't done J either? You got ahead of yourself, huh?
We don't like to say that.
I'm going to back this out so folks can see what you're actually doing. They've got a good idea up close already watching you stitch. So we're going to...
I'm missing one.
You're missing one?
That's not good.
What are you missing? A4 what?
J.
Okay, so here's A4K, A4B. Let's see. We're going to hunt this down, you guys. Here's a piece of charcoal fabric. I'm going to put that back over here in the stack.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. A4I, G, H, C. Okay. Oh, here, is this it?
Yeah, right there. It's a J.
Oh, good.
Well, why did you hide it there?
Yay. I saved the day.
Oh, now she moved everything. I can't see.
Oh, got a cord in the way. Let me move that. There we go. Keith made his ironing pad. Yeah, I gave him that fabric. It's a novelty fabric of beer steins and whatnot. Billy Lou has the Blue Jay Mini that's going to start in August. Yes, you see bare feet, Midge. That's how we roll.
So I can find my steel, my step. Okay, there was J. 7 K.
So it's playing puzzles here. Duran says she's so intimidated by the paper piecing. She doesn't think she wants to challenge it. Okay. Only one says, does Keith have a hard time removing the papers? When you held up the block, there was a lot of paper still.
No, it's just I like to make a mess and Becky get mad at me. So
No.
I do it at the end. You know, there's a lot of people go, when do you remove it? I just do it at the very end, sitting down watching TV, and you just take your time, pulling a little bit at a time.
Y'all, it's so hot here. We go barefoot quite a bit or flip-flops all the time.
Okay, and now we did that.
So you can see you need to have a pressing station and a cutting station and a sewing station real close together if you're going to do this to make it easy on yourself. So that's why he built this little cabinet, and so he can do it all together. Judy says she loves that she can watch live. We're glad you're here, Judy.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Fun. They have to do this to me.
So he's using a pin to pin the two joins together exactly where they need to be. Only 48 there, Amy. She has a blanket on. Oh, girl, it's around 100 today. You like how we work together, Judy? We worked together for 20 plus years in the Air Force, sometimes in the same office. You didn't just see him put a pin in his mouth. That's not what really just happened. Mona says the project's looking great. Kay, he is using the Brother BQ 950. What happened?
Oh, nothing. Notice the seam ripper.
Let's see what the boo-boo is up close. Can you come around here? Let's see what the boo-boo is.
I misaligned it.
Can you take the pin out of your mouth? What were you trying to align and what's wrong?
Okay. I lined off one of the lines that I shouldn't have. So
is up here, is that the problem right there?
It doesn't line up. You see the number?
Oh, the maroon. I'm trying to figure out, hold still. You're trying to line up that seam with this seam. Okay, got you.
Well, we were practicing with that one.
What's hanging from the back of the thread stand? Oh. I don't know. The thread stand, the back of the thread stand. Oh, there's nothing hanging. Oh, that is a pull chain for that light that's above his sewing station. He turns it on when we don't have the camera rolling, but when the camera is on, it doesn't give good lighting for video. There. So this is where he's going to spend a minute unpicking that 1.0 stitch length.
No, 1.2.
Hi, Kyle. Thanks for popping in.
Okay. Another technique, always have tape around to get all your thread out. Becky made the mistake I got to correct.
So Becky wants to know, how did Keith get into quilting? Well, we were at the Houston Festival one year, and his first year. And he saw this eagle quilt hanging in the Legit Kit booth. And it was like the first or second year that Mike Odell and his wife were at Houston. So he comes up to me and he says, I found a quilt that I want you to make. And I said, where? Come, show me. And he comes over and he points at it and he says, that one, that's the one I want you to make. And I said, oh no, I'm not doing that because that's paper piecing and I don't paper piece. If you want that quilt, you make it. And he said, okay, I will. So he got the kit while we were there. And then he even stole, I got a $500 gift certificate at that show.
I don't steal anything.
And he took it and bought this machine with it. And anyway, the rest is history. So the eagle was not the first one. Mike had him start. I'll show you guys. No, he had him start with this eye. This was a free, was it a freebie? That little eye. Had him start with that one. Okay, so that's his very first attempt at paper piecing. And then he did, let's see, go the other way. There's your head. You don't have the fox up there. Nope, sure don't. Okay.
That's close enough to me.
Happy with it?
Yes. Now we're lined up.
That looks good.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back down here. I got to realign my cameras. I'm only one person.
Oh, you done covered up another one of my pieces. I don't know if I can have you in this office.
So then he made the fox, and then he made the eagle, and then he made Skulliver. And Skulliver is that one, that skull, right? It's right above his head there. And then he started the buck. He did the Vortex block of the month. And now he's working on Sewphia. So the buck is in the works. And he also already has the kit for Muscle, which is the muscle car. Barbara Nance says, right tool for the job, a Keith Ripper. Yep. So you're putting big pieces together now. We got 101 watching, babe.
Oh, good, because I'm making mistakes.
Don't be nervous.
I'm not nervous.
So he likes to sew when it's super cold outside, and then days like today where it's so hot, it's almost 100 degrees and it's a sauna. Midge says, no better rippers than Keith's. That's right. Best in the industry. Will there be more Keith Rippers added soon? So he's made, how many of them?
90.
90 of them going on the cruise.
There is block A4 and A4B complete.
Awesome. Is that month 3? All of it?
Well, no, we have one other one over here that I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Which is block A3. Uh-oh. What'd you do with the deal now?
Annie says she has 2 rippers and a pin picker upper. No, Dave wanted to know if we turn on the strip light above the machine, he can see better, but you can't. That lighting is terrible. You get that blue wave through the screen with that light on. Oh, Denise bought your rippers for all of her sewing friends for Christmas.
Oh, you got more friends coming up? We'll have them as soon as we get back from the cruise.
Yeah, he's got just bags and bags of them that he has made. So we're going to take 90. We're leaving Friday for Galveston, and we're going to spend the night, Friday night, on the island, and then we're leaving on the ship on Saturday. Libby Gay says, "Is foundation paper piecing easy?"
I think so.
Keith thinks so. It depends on your brain.
Legit kits is because you have no fabric difference.
Yeah,
Color.
legit kits is easy because it's the same fabric front and back. So only one Staley says depends on the designer. That's right. So legit kits are easy, easier.
It's straight line sewing. Okay.
What you looking at?
Well, I think something's upside down.
Uh-oh.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Did you sew something to the wrong side?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Not a problem.
I've done it.
We have seam rippers available.
Yeah.
It's backwards.
Keith magnets are awesome. Yeah, Michelle. I've dropped stuff and they're telescoping. And they just, I'll show it to you. He's got one right here. We don't have any in stock. I don't even know if you have more of these kits. Well, look at that. But they're nice if you drop something. They go out 30 inches. So very cool. And then they've got a really strong magnet on the end. So when you drop your pins all over the floor, you just pull that out and they look like that. Very, very strong. They're nice.
I don't know why you showed that on the wrong side.
I don't know either. Sorry about that.
Probably made me nervous.
Have you noticed that my husband has a pronoun problem? That's right. So you don't have to go under the table with it. That's absolutely right. It is a strong magnet. It's great. Yep. You just have an ugly Harbor Freight. Oh, Michelle, we can't have that. You have to have pretty in your room. You know that. I'll have him make you a pink one. Michelle loves pink. Annie says she's already used hers. I sew stuff on backwards all the time. I just finished cutting block 4 of Vintage Christmas for this month. And I plan on getting 2 blocks a day stitched.
Four.
But I don't think I can. Are you sure they're right? Oh, you're going to do the dragon fruit quilt wench? That's cool. I want to do Ursula Minor. And I haven't. And Keith said he'd make it for me, but he's got so much in the works. So we're hearing a demand for Keith magnets.
Roger that. Okay, we can show it now. And block month number 3 is completed.
That's awesome. Where does it? Oh, that's the top of the where the needle goes up and down.
Yeah.
Up there on the wall. Nobody can see that.
I know. Well, hopefully, can you turn that up a little bit there? Oh, for good go.
Yeah, when you sit down, it looks better. There you go.
Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. I'm excited because we got something completed in the hour where, with those little tiny pieces that I love so much. And that's what on my buck right now, I'm doing the antlers, and that's the same thing. It's all a whole bunch of different little colors, just a little bit different. I'm going to talk to Mike Odell's computer. You don't need all those changes, but it makes you appreciate it more. But like I said, you might make a little error or two. They still come out beautiful when they're done. Don't let the little pieces intimidate you. It's all part of the experience. Now, again, Sewphia is a tough little burger, but once you get it done and everything there and you got it flat, you're going to love it. And if somebody says something bad about it, hit them. No, you can't do that.
Hold this up, and then where's the pieces that you already made? They're right. Pieces? These. Let's hold it up and see how far along you are.
Well, you got it.
So you got that one, and then this. Do they connect? Sort of.
See, she can't even learn how to connect.
Hold on a minute. Put that over here toward me, and I'm gonna put this over here toward you. Aha! There we go. Look at that. That's how far along it is.
But see, I mean, really, with just the pieces separate, you can't tell. You look at the paper, and once it's all together, it just bang. It's great.
This is the little tiny pieces he was talking about for months 1 and 2. Look at all of those tiny little shading in there. That's what he's talking about. So it's more fun for him when they've got big pieces.
Well, because we can get stuff done. The other problem with the little pieces is you have to find them. And, even if you have them in alphabetical order, if you don't put it back in alphabetical order, which I don't, and then I have to go look for those pieces, and you're only using fragments with this, it's so hard. That's why I show my...
Okay. So he built this. If you watch Clutterbug, Keith is a butterfly. He's a visual big category organizer. So he attached that thing to his custom table with PVC, and he's got alphabetical.
This is the whole buck right here.
Yeah, that's the buck.
It's all alphabetical order, so it's easy for me to get a big piece, sew it, do it, cut it, and put it back. And I love this, but doing Sewphia, I haven't been able to do that because I have it loaded up with the buck.
Yeah, awesome.
But here we are. 3 is done, completo.
Month 3 is done. Awesome. You can go on the cruise with nothing, no pressure.
I was going to have any pressure anyway.
All right. So for those of you that are coming on Sew and Sail 17, we will see you guys on Saturday.
And you don't have to pay shipping for seam rippers.
That's right. That's right. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We've really enjoyed it. And
how we do?
We did good.
Almost an hour.
53. We did great.
With 2 mistakes.
Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, you guys. We will talk to you soon. We'll talk to you later. Say,
go sew something.
Good job. Bye, you guys. Midge will see us in next one.